Today we are getting ready to make some of the best, crispiest, juicy fried pork chops ever. I've already got my oil heating up and I'm using unrefined, extra virgin, organic coconut oil, okay? So that's the oil I'm using. I've got it already heated up because we needed to get up to 350 to 360 degrees Fahrenheit. So I wanted to do that while we prep. Now I have my pork chops sitting here. They've been sitting out for about 30 minutes and I'm drying them off. Make sure whatever you're frying, whether it's pork chops, chicken, or whatever, that you bring it up to room temperature first. That's going to allow you to have an even cook because you won't have a cold spot and a warm spot or just not even, okay? So you want to make sure they're at room temperature. And if you're putting a batter on them or flouring them like I am today, you want to make sure they are dry. The drier they are, the crispier they will be. Okay, so we're gonna leave our pork chops just like this. Now I have a thin cut. These are mostly center cut, but they are thin pork chops, but we're gonna let them hang out here and continue to dry while we put our flour and our batter together. So using two separate dishes, we're going to first put our flour in one. And the exact measurements and everything will be on my website, pamspreps.com. So you can go there and get the full recipe, leave a comment if you make it or if you're going to make it. To your flour, I am using my Pam's Prep all-purpose no salt seasoning. Pork has a tendency to be a little salty anyway, so I'm going to use the no salt seasoning. But before I put this in, we also want to add to our flour cornstarch. We're going to add this because this is going to make sure that it is nice and crispy. You can go ahead and kind of mix that together. Add in your seasoning. Always, you may not can see this on camera. I'm going to add just a little bit more, but you want to make sure that you can see your seasoning in your flour. It will either change color depending on what you're using. If it's a lot of paprika or chili powder in there, you'll probably see it change. If not, you need to at least, once it's combined really well, be able to see the seasoning in there. I am using a mayo base. A lot of people tend to use mustard. I like mayo the best. Now, when I'm using Hellmann's, I'm usually using it for some type of base like this because it has everything in it that I would normally put in a base otherwise. Now, we need to liquefy this a little bit, so I am adding some pepperoncini, the liquid from these. It doesn't make it hot, but it gives it an amazing flavor. Adding in some of my no salt Pam's Prep seasoning. And it has a shaker on it, but I just took the top off because I know I need quite a bit. And I am using some hot sauce. This is my favorite hot sauce, so I'm going in with some of that too. Again, it's not making it hot, it's providing flavor. Now, you want to make sure that this is well combined and runny. So I'm going to mix this up until it's just very, very liquid. And we'll be back. Okay, now, when you make your batter, you want to make sure that it's runny like that. You want it really runny. Now, you'll be able to also see the video of the recipe on my website. along with the actual recipe. And the reason I'm saying that is because although I will have the recipe on there, it's really hard to judge how much liquid you will need, how much mayo you'll need, how much flour you'll need, because that's going to depend on, one, how many pork chops you're cooking, and number two, how thick they are. Okay, so the thicker they are and the more you have, the more you will need. So keep that in mind. These are thin pork chops and I am cooking 4. So that's what the recipe will be for. And if you need more than that, then you'll have to adjust it from there. Okay? So the first thing we want to do, our pork chop is nice and dry. Okay? We're going to put it in our wet batter first, making sure it's really well coated. Okay? From there, if there's any excess, let it drip off. You don't want that extra on there. Okay? Now we're going to put it in our flour. Try to use 2 hands, one for dry and one for wet. Sometimes it gets hard to remember, even for myself, and I'll end up dipping my hand in both. But you want to do that so you won't be all sticky and messy. Okay? Make sure it's coated well with the flour. Flip it over, coat that side. Again, we are going to shake any excess off. Shake the excess off. It should be well coated on both sides. And back into the batter. And I almost reached for it. There we go. Make sure you coat both sides really, really well. This is the double battered chop, and these are amazing. Okay. Again, even though you've done this twice, make sure you shake any excess off. Can't stress that enough. Then back into your flour. Once you have it floured the second time, we're just going to sit it on a platter and let it hang out till we have all of them ready to go. Just sit it there and let it hang out. I'm going to get the rest done and we'll be back. While your oil is heating up, prepare your dish that you want to set your cooked chops on. Always set any fried food, sit it on a wire rack, and the paper towels are underneath the wire rack on a plate, okay? If you put them paper towel on here and then put your chops, your chicken, or whatever it is on here, whatever side is touching it, it's going to get soft and it's not going to be as crispy. But if you put it on a wire rack, you're allowing air to circulate, even just a little bit of air to circulate, and that will help them stay crispy on that side. We should be almost up to temp, so we'll be right back. Okay, so we are just about up to temp. So the first thing I want to do is, I have a piece of garlic here that's just smashed. It's not chopped or anything. I just smashed it, 1 clove. We're going to put this in our oil because it seasons the oil, making it even more flavorful. So put a piece of garlic in your oil right when it just about comes up to temp, and just let it stir around in there. Stir it around in there for a few minutes. You let that fragrance get into that oil. Now, when you had your pork chops resting after we battered and floured them, don't overcrowd your plate. If you have more chops than what your plate will hold, use use a baking dish or something like that, I actually have mine on too, so that I would not overcrowd it, okay? Once your garlic starts to brown, you don't want it to burn. This oil is hot. So you go ahead and you can take it out. You can leave it in there if you like, but I always try to take mine out. We're going to go ahead and don't overcrowd your skillet. So I'm only going to cook 2 at a time. Look at how nice, crispy, and juicy that is. Oh my goodness. Now, because my chops are thin, they only need about 5 minutes on each side. But right now is the time you want to wait. Give your skillet a minute or 2 to come back up to temp. Don't just drop your next set of whatever you're cooking into your hot fryer. Let it come back up to temp. It's already hot. It'll only take maybe a minute to come up to temp. But that is a crucial minute that you need to be patient and wait. We are done. Oh my goodness. Ooh, these look amazing. Nice and crispy, and the smell. Oh my goodness. If we had smell-o-vision, ooh, these would be amazing. Look at that, y'all. Look at how nice and crispy that is. Ooh wee. Delicious. Oh my goodness, y'all. Yes. Ooh, I'm gonna cut me off a little piece. Oh my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Oh, okay, you know it is time for our taste test. Quick taste test today. But before we do that, if you are new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me today. Take a second and subscribe to the channel. Let's get to 1.5 million subscribers together. Returning subscribers, thank you so much for keep coming back. And channel members, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Also, I want to say that right now, we're in odd times, I'll say. And because of that, we never know what may happen. So I don't want to lose connection with you all. So if you would take a moment and go to my website, pamspreps.com, and just sign up for the email list so that I will always be able to provide videos and recipes for you all and information, tips, tricks, and hacks, because I will always have a way to reach out to you and you'll have a way to reach out to me. So it's pamspreps.com. I'll leave that link at the end of this video as well. It's 100% free, All you need to do is type in your name and email, and that's it, okay? I would appreciate it, all right? That way we can always stay connected no matter what. So, without further ado, I'm gonna cut me off a piece. Ooh, sookie now. Oh my goodness. Ooh, I forgot I was on this wire rack. But that's okay, I got a piece. Oh my goodness, it's so crispy. You can taste the flavor from the pepperoncini, the hot sauce, and my Pam's Prep No salt seasoning. I didn't add any additional salt, but because pork is technically salty, you don't need it. Amazingly delicious. Let me know when you try this recipe, and I will see you all next time. The good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. Bye-bye.